Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 40th Annual Governor's Arts Awards Nominee event. We are broadcasting from the historic George Washington Carver Museum and Cultural Center, the same place we hosted our awards from last October. And this is a really exciting night because this is the last nominee event for this year. After tonight, we're going to wait a full 4 weeks and show up at the Governor's Arts Awards, the hybrid event we have planned for Friday night, March 26th. So please go online and buy your tickets. That's the way we support our advocacy work for arts and culture. But before we go there, I just want to give you a little bit about the museum that we're standing in. I'm lucky enough to be a board member of the George Washington Carver Museum. It is essentially closed right now during COVID, but it's a magical place with tons of history. It tells part of the tragic story of our country, but part of the beautiful and courageous story of people that went to school here, families that have participated in its programming ever since, that donate items to the museum. And it's just, one of the most critical parts of our history is to know our history, to uncover it, and then to see all the amazing people like George Washington Carver who overcame extreme adversity to go on and contribute to our society and our world in just truly magnificent ways. George Washington Carver was born a slave around 1864, and then he went on to become a famous artist, a teacher, a scientist, and a humanitarian. He was born in Diamond Grove, Missouri, and as you can tell by the date, this was really close to the end of the Civil War. He appreciated nature and just had a lifelong commitment to learning and sharing that learning. He went to Simpson College in Iowa to study art, even though they were not really allowed to register at that time. He was allowed to attend some classes. So he was a prolific artist, but he got right away into teaching. And then Booker T. Washington hired him to teach at the Tuskegee Institute in about 1896. He was also a very talented cook. Again, this is somebody who was really, really connected to nature. And he did something really, really remarkable. He invented a movable school. They built a wagon that was named the Morris K. Jessup wagon. Something else that George Washington Carver did was really experiment in agriculture. So he experimented with seeds and soil. He's actually most well known for working with growing peanuts. And that's something that a lot of people know him for, is his connection to the peanut industry. In the last years of his life, he really seemed to enjoy his well-deserved notoriety. He traveled, he was on the road a lot, promoting the Tuskegee Institute, promoting agriculture and peanuts, and he worked, again in the peanut industry with peanut oil. But he also really promoted racial harmony. And that's something we can still learn from him today in a country that is, ironically, still somehow divided on this topic. Now on to the nominees. The first category we'll cover is the large businesses. This one's easy because there were only 3 in this category. So we're going to show all 3 of them, and they are all 3 moving on to the finals. And similarly with our philanthropy category. So let's cover them and then all of the artists for this year's Governor's Arts Awards. Our finalists in the large business category: Kusanti Originals from Paradise Valley. Art in Medicine, Cynthia Stanley from Phoenix. And Foothills Elementary from Glendale. Our finalists in philanthropy: Eric Youngerman, Molly Di Filippi from Phoenix. And Priscilla Baldwin from Tucson. Now, let's hear the artist nominees. And there are a lot of them because there are so many amazing artists across our beautiful state. Bill Carter from Sedona. Bobby Zokaitis from Tempe. Douglas Miley from Prescott. Elaine Kessler from Gilbert. Gary Volcano, Gilbert. George and Neely Tompkins, Yuma. Ignacio Garcia, Tucson. Iris Ortega, Scottsdale. James Hunt, Phoenix. Backpack from Phoenix. Joseph Bourne from Tucson. Karen Auden, Scottsdale. Kristen Atwell Ford, also Scottsdale. Lex Jurassic, Tucson. Louis Mena, Tucson. Mary Luz Burr from Nogales. Michael Vatz, Dewey. Mike Up, Cornville. Saria Taylor, Maricopa. Sean Avery Medlin, Phoenix. Stella Pope Duarte, Phoenix. John Sutman, Winslow. And Lucy Wong from Mesa. James Garcia, Phoenix. Galina Mihaleva from Phoenix. And the ladies from Phoenix. And the finalists for the 40th Annual Governor's Arts Awards in the Artist category are James Garcia, Phoenix. Saria Taylor, Maricopa. Kristen Atwell Ford, also Scottsdale. Stella Pope Duarte, Phoenix. Broadcasting from the George Washington Carver Museum. Thank you for joining us tonight. Congratulations to all the finalists and everybody that's making and supporting great art. We'll see you in 4 weeks at the hybrid event for the 40th Annual Governor's Arts Awards. Buy your tickets today. Thank you.